This is Bishop Staten. I'm live on Chit Chat. Take one.
All right, what's up, you guys? So here today, we are with the youngest candidate that ran for mayor back in 2016, and as of today, 2025, he just ran for the Commission of Revenue. You guys, I want to welcome Bishop Staten.
Thank you so much. I'm just grateful to be here. You know, I seen y'all on the Facebook and on the YouTube, and it's like, y'all doing a great thing for the city. So, hey, I'm honored to be here.
Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you.
I just want to give you your flowers, and I just want to thank you for, coming on the podcast. One call, and you was there. You were like, I'm doing it, And I really just want to thank you, and I want to also let you know that I'm proud of you. You are doing things that, the younger generation can see, and the younger guys, the younger, a role model for the younger people that's coming up, basically looking like, if Bishop can do it, I can do it too. What you're doing is amazing.
Thank you.
You're breaking generational curses.
Yes.
You're making history. You was the youngest to ever do it. And I just want to let you know that I'm proud of you. I love you. We go way back, and I just want you to just keep going. I want you to keep going. Don't give up. Keep going. I'm rooting for you. And you always got my vote.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yes.
So much.
So we're just going to jump right into it. Like she said, we thank you for actually coming on the podcast today. This history right here.
Yeah.
All three of us.
Yes.
All three of us up here is definitely history.
Yes.
But, so, what was the process to run for an elected official? What was that process like?
Okay, well, I tell people, once you get out in the community and done some things, and a lot of people start to know your name, it's time, to, just seek politics, after the cookouts, after the basketball games, everything that I've done for the city. A lot of people said, Bishop, you should run. So I said, what is the process? Google has everything.
Yes.
I wouldn't be so, naive to say, I Google it. I want to know how many signatures I need to run for mayor. It's 500 signatures. At the time, 2016, when I ran for mayor, you needed 50 signatures in all 7 boroughs. Suffolk is made up of 7 boroughs. I'd say we're the biggest city in the state land-wise.
Right.
Well, you really find that out when you run for a mayor position. I had to knock on doors, some slam doors in my face. Oh, get out of here. I'm not giving you the vote. So, it's a whole process in itself. So, 50 signatures from all 7 boroughs. And once you get that, there's a total of 500. That's to run for mayor back in 2016.
Yeah.
Running for Commissioner of Revenue this year, you only had to have 125 signatures.
Okay.
So it's much, much, much more lighter this time around. So local office is 125 signatures. Citywide, elections go to 500, adds up to 10,000. In the governor. So it's a big ball game versus a little small park.
Right.
Yeah. So that's how that happened. Yep.
Okay.
That's amazing how you didn't have to do so much this year versus what you had to do in 2016.
Yeah, I was a candidate. I said I really don't want to knock on doors this time. I was really, really hurt. The people that was, slamming the door in my face, knowing that I had a good intent to run, for this city. So it was one of those things. But I'm standing at the Walmart. Can't miss Walmart. Everybody go in there.
That's right. Yes, Walmart is the local club.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. So you get a lot of people, good people that say, we understand what you're trying to do.
Yeah.
Right. Sign, it was an easier process than I thought it was going to be.
Yeah.
And so, I shot my shot, and they said, we putting it back on. Check.
Hello?
Yeah.
So here
And everything worked out.
That is amazing.
Yep.
Today.
So what motivated you to run?
I have to give y'all a true story.
Okay.
My father, Gerald DeWitt State.
Okay.
He was a victim of Camp Lejeune, meaning the ones that drunk the poison.
Yes.
Was supposed to get a settlement.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
I was a year away from that settlement. My father was there for, instead of the 30 days standard mandatory, he was only there for 28 days, which barred me from getting $450,000 plus the Wrongful Death Act, $100K.
Oh, wow.
And I'm still working with lawyers today, fighting for this.
Wow.
I was there for 30 days, but he drunk the water for 28. And what he passed from was the effects of Camp Lejeune.
Wow.
Wow.
So I said, not having my father in my life, I got to do something so he can be proud of me.
Yeah.
That's right. That's right.
What better place I can do than fighting for the people, for their rights,
Yes.
for just their everyday living, to have the best interest for that. And I've always kept that as a chip on my shoulder. Nobody really knew the struggle that I went through with that.
Right.
And not just saying nobody owes me, but I owe it to him.
Yes.
To fight, for what happened.
Yeah.
So, and then not only that, Suffolk showed me a lot of love, through the process, through my faults, the good things that I've done. So it was just one of those situations where I felt as though, I owe it to him. Things are very bad right now.
Yes.
Not just I can't handle things that's in the nation. I don't run for things international as of yet.
Right.
Neither in the state. I'm not as that big, as of yet.
Not yet.
But in my city.
But it's coming.
I'm going to take time to, be a force for the people that says this ain't right.
That's right.
That's right.
And so, that's just what happened. It was a bits and pieces of both things. I was kind of furious of what happened to him.
Yeah.
Saying like, this was my only hope. Know, and so.
Yeah.
Well, you're doing a good job.
Yeah. An awesome job.
You're doing a
I
good
give
job.
people, I try my best, I let people know, I don't duck anything. I've had my run-ins, and I, but in everybody calls it, there's a little something.
Yeah.
Some exposed, some not.
Yeah.
Right.
Nobody's perfect.
But I tell people, I'd rather me be honest so it'll be a testament
That's right.
down the road to help somebody else that
Yeah.
may be going through a lot, but you can persevere and do the thing.
That's
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
Okay. That's good.
Yeah.
I'm glad that you are also continue to stay positive throughout everything that
It's
you
a
have been
hard
through.
road when you have a lot of people that's outside looking in that don't really know who you are
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
as a person.
Yeah.
You feel as though once a criminal, always a criminal.
Yeah.
You set them up then, you set them up now.
Yeah.
But I let the citizens know I moved on for that, and I don't look good in the orange.
Right.
I look good in brown.
Right.
That's right.
Yeah.
That is right.
I count it all joy. What God has for me is for me.
That's right.
And I'm pushing on.
Keep pushing.
Yeah.
Yes. So what was the most challenging moment of the election? Tell us about what was the most challenging moment.
Like what happened?
Okay. I got to be honest with my citizens because they ran a hell of a race.
Oh, I bet.
On election day, did good in the early vote. I put on a show in the election. Signs everywhere, Bishop. It just, you got a good shot. But on election day at 6:30 in the morning, I found out rushing to print the copies to provide literature and sample ballots for all Suffolk. I blame it on myself.
Oh man.
I forgot to put paid and authorized by, stating for Suffolk Commissioner,
Wow.
which makes it illegal to have them sample ballots on the election floor.
Yeah.
Oh man.
So I want Suffolk to know at this moment, y'all gave me almost 11,000 votes. And people was there for me at the polls, but
Absolutely.
Yes.
they had no literature to show the people that didn't know me.
Yeah.
We got a new candidate.
Yeah.
And that $17,000 vote margin, it was too much for me to cover.
Come on now.
So, in my first run, we make mistakes.
Of course.
Right. It's,
You know,
you learn.
it's a part
You're
of the
learning.
game.
Yes.
I'm just as new to this as not popularity, but as far as elections is concerned,
Yes.
I'm very new to the floor of how to do things.
Yeah.
And, I would say if I could do it all over again,
Would you?
Oh, yeah.
You would.
Oh, yeah. But we live and we learn. But I want to let
Yes.
stuff keep your head held up high.
That's right.
Right.
We did a record this year in the early voting. We did 9,252 in 2001. That was the last midterm.
Okay.
We did 12,200.
Wow.
This is record for Suffolk. This is record for people that didn't vote in the last turn to come and vote. And I'm not so arrogant to say it was because of me, but
Yeah.
Suffolk did it.
Hey, let's
Yeah.
talk about it.
Yeah.
Let's really talk about it.
Yes.
They did their thing.
Yeah.
They did their thing as far as citywide, especially locally.
Yeah.
There was a lot of people that came.
You can't really say that it wasn't because of you, because it may have been in a sense. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? Because mind you, you're one of the youngest. You do have a lot of young ones that is looking up to you. You know what I mean? So you can't say that you wasn't.
Absolutely.
A lot of people look up to Bishop. A lot of people know the funny Bishop, the serious Bishop. So you got a lot of people that were stepping behind you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it may have been because of who you are.
Yeah.
You know, you have always been a all-around good person. So, yeah. You know, I look at it like that.
And then, like, you know, everything happens for a reason as well.
Yep.
You know, nothing happened by a coincidence. Everything that's supposed to happen happens just in that order, you know. So next time it's going to be, and I'm saying next time because it's going to happen again. You know, we just got to keep pushing it out there. Yep. We got to make it known, you know, worldwide. And it's going to go.
A lot of politicians, you know, they try to keep secret on your next running. Suffolk is, they are at my email. You know, when they see me in the grocery stores, you know, I still do my little DoorDash thing, you know. I don't stop the life that I have. You know, I'm a servant for the people first.
That's right.
And then I'm a candidate second.
And that's what matters. You know, people want to vote for people that's like me.
Real.
You know, people that's like you.
Real.
People that's like you. They want to see the real. They want to see you out in the community. They want to see you doing things. You know, see you interacting with people. You know, you know, just to
A lot of people know me as a candidate. You know, I touched every corner of Suffolk. Maybe the people didn't know me, maybe they didn't, but I touched every corner of Suffolk. I'm talking everything from the mail, flyers to knock on doors, you know, so it was a whole trip. It was a whole trip, but I thank God for the whole process.
Yes, that's pretty dope.
Of course.
So, if you would have won, what you would have done? Like, what are your plans? What was your plans?
Well, being young in office, I told people I wouldn't make a lot of promises because whenever you get hired for a job for the first time, it's everybody's first time.
Right.
That's with anything you do in life.
Anything.
So, you know, my first time going through the door, what I wanted to do because of how, you know, cost has hit us, you know, just the lower class families, I wanted to try to open up the e-bike lanes.
Okay.
Riding scooters and
Yeah.
the street, the police is flying all behind them.
Yeah.
You know, I wanted to open the e-bike lanes as far as Route 10. As far as stretch to Harlan. Route, you know, on the 32. And then, you know, we can't do the interstate because, of course, sites can do the interstate. I want to stretch the e-bike lanes. That were people that was in the house could at least get out the house to take care of their family.
That makes sense.
Because you can get anywhere in Suffolk, East Washington Street, on Main Street, in a 5-mile radius. In Suffolk, riding e-bike lanes wouldn't be so bad.
Right.
Also, I want to get somewhere in Suffolk Festival for 2027 done. All the artists, if you create revenue, our businesses want to come in.
Right. That's right.
We're talking about $550 million in 3 days. You know, we do the little tailgate downtown Suffolk Festival. You know, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. You didn't bring the gospel people on Sunday. Kind of like how they was going to do in Virginia Beach with something in the water. But, you know, for a couple of years, they wasn't having it. I said, well, if there's any hardship over there, we have the land for you and stuff.
We have it.
And it will provide jobs. You know, it will provide jobs for a lot of people. Yes.
You know, we had to speed up the process, you know, because this city is a big cram all of a sudden because we're trying to do so much. But, you know, it has its gives and takes, you know, but I wanted to get that, you know, festival done. And as far as taxes, by all means, I would have to get in office. I would have to get my team together. You know, I don't want to be the candidate that got in there. Oh, you're fired. You're fired. I wanted to now be very humble.
Of course.
You know, if I would have won. You know, I don't know anything. So I trust the ones that's already been here for as long as you've been here.
That's right.
Help guide. You know, I'm only your leader now. But I'm your servant.
That's right.
You know, and, you know, you can't go in there and mess up nobody's taxes.
That's right.
You be in jail.
Under the jail. Under the jail.
So even my dad, you know, he came to me, he said, listen, I understand that you were getting ready to try to win this position, but you mess up my tax, I'm going to strangle you in your office.
He got all the right.
Secretary or nothing. So,
that part.
So you know, I would have done the right thing and done the best that I could, you know, for the citizens of Suffolk that I love so much.
So the train track video, the charges, the King Fork basketball season, where do we stand after all you've been through? And so much is pending.
Okay, well, I'll be honest. I have my child support case that people knew was out there. I'm in full compliance.
Come on now.
I love my babies. Can't wait to get them all.
Come on now.
When, you know, it happens. But, you know, being in politics, you have to keep them safe.
Right. Yeah.
Of course.
Absolutely.
Oh, yeah. People are malicious and malice.
Crazy. And so, you know, you get your emails and your little threats. And,
really?
You know, there's some people from the neck of the woods that, you know, about you. And I don't think they don't really mean that. It's just they have so much strength in their belief.
Yeah.
And, being an opt on my side of versus, candidate for all people, white, black, or green or blue,
Yeah.
That's right.
Animals and everything.
Yeah.
Bishop is bishop.
Yeah.
But there's some people that don't understand that.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't take that out on them. I try to show as much love as I can.
Yeah.
Train track video, there was a whole saga. I'm a DoorDash driver. We got to get the DoorDash.
Yeah.
I'm late to get into the business.
Yeah.
Y'all know how the train tracks is. They can be a bit vicious and soft.
Yes.
Right.
So I did something that the whole Suffolk wants to do.
Yeah.
Right.
I tried my hand. People
Yes,
don't
you
know
did.
I had a gear shaft that wouldn't let my car go into drive.
Yeah.
I already had it real. You would never know if it
Oh, man.
just in the gear. So I'm putting it in drive to get under the railroad track.
Right.
So it's going in reverse. So I tried it 3 times. It was a viral video. I think Lil Duval.
Yes. I seen it. Yes.
Yeah.
That was a while ago, though, right?
Even though I tried my hand, but I didn't get charged because it was what they call a near miss.
Yeah.
He didn't do nothing wrong. He almost tried to do something wrong.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. So Kingsport, I love the sports youth of our city.
Yeah.
2 misdemeanors. They're just allegations right now. I think I'll be fine.
You'll be okay.
You'll be fine.
You'll be
traffic
okay.
stop.
Yeah.
For Wilson Street. I didn't blow. I didn't have alcohol in my system when I was pulled up.
Oh, man.
Yeah, they pulled me up during my election.
I
Yeah.
didn't know that.
Yeah.
That was after the parade, though, right?
right after the parade.
Right after the parade? Yeah.
That happened. And by which I won't give no motives or complain about what happened.
That's
Yeah.
a setup.
Because I felt as though at the same time as I was caught, I could have avoided some things too.
Yeah.
But I'm so Suffolk, like I don't mind dropping my niece off and then going on home late night.
Yeah.
Doing politics, you have to understand people look at you in a different
Different way. Yeah.
some things. So you may not be doing anything, but your good could be evil spoken over.
Right. That's right.
So, I wasn't in violation of anything. And, at the time, when I was going through my little struggle, I don't mind saying I had a little marijuana in my system. But that was it.
That
Yeah.
was it.
Yeah.
If people tell it I was on crack cocaine,
man.
it was just, it was the wild. I can't believe I was
They're
thinking.
going to say all that.
Yeah, say about old poor little bishop.
Of course.
And so, my chop proof, I'm clean.
Yeah.
In my system, but a boneless breast.
Hello? That.
It's a marijuana, but at the time,
Yeah.
those things. So, that's where I'm at right now.
Yeah.
I'm in a good place.
Great.
Knowing that the city supported me by the boatload. Oh, we had a lot of voters. 10,786. We rounded off in Suffolk.
Okay.
If you're under 10,500, you got 10,000 votes.
Yeah.
Because it was 10,786. We call that in politics.
Yeah.
That's 11K.
Yeah.
With no, filing exam. They said, yeah, signs everywhere.
Yeah.
Where is he getting all this money from? I said, ain't no money.
That.
I said, God, no, wait a minute. I wish I had some money.
Okay. Yeah.
And this was 12 signs, 12 4x6s, 100 yard signs. This was the magnets. People had a lot of magnets on their car.
Yeah.
Yes.
Showed me I had only.
I seen them everywhere.
Like they were
Everywhere. Yes.
Yeah, and I
You put them in the right areas. Yeah.
I said, by running, elections before and helping many people with different elections, you got your niche and where to put.
Yeah.
Yeah. Of course.
And they always got to come down this street. When I'm driving, I always got to go down the street.
Yeah.
It's a big whole saga, and so I'm grateful for the opportunity. I learned a lot.
I bet.
I learned a lot, but if I could do anything differently, them sample ballots, man.
Them sample ballots.
Them sample ballots. When you talk about 11,000 votes from somebody that's not even being pushed,
Yes.
and so they know they calling me, you winning this,
Yeah.
you winning this, and I'm just satisfied. Like,
Yeah.
if you knew me, you voted for me, and if you did,
You didn't. Yeah.
Yeah.
so,
I mean, hey, you can't win, win them all, but you will.
11,000 put me in an arena, that I could never flake on my seat.
Yeah.
I know at the end of the day, Suffolk got me, and guess what?
That's right.
Yes.
Hello.
So what's next for you, election-wise?
Okay, many political candidates don't like to discuss what's next because people love to split the vote, and my running wouldn't even matter.
Yeah.
Right.
We'll put Jaleesa and Tam, everybody on the ballot.
Yeah.
So, we'll get the person. So
Don't put me up there.
I'll tell Suffolk that I'm thankful for the 11,000 votes that they've given me. And I am coming back, and I want them to hear me sooner than expected.
Y'all heard that, right?
I'm scratching.
Sooner than expected. It's coming.
I'm at the point I'm mad, and but I will let them know that 2026 is a great year, and I would love to be involved.
Yeah.
If I can.
You will.
Yes, you will.
There are 2 seats that I would love to fight for Suffolk for. Mm-hmm. I won't discuss what those seats are.
Okay.
What people do their little digging.
Yeah.
But sooner than expected, I will be back on a ballot.
Okay.
To fight for the citizens.
And we're behind you.
I'm excited.
Sinfos, right?
For sure.
Yeah.
Then when you first get on the ballot, you always get that, that stress in it.
Yeah.
I really don't know.
Yeah.
Some people rock with me, but I know.
Yes.
Oh, y'all put me on a stage that one could ever imagine for the start of a political career.
Yes.
And I'm just so grateful.
Yes.
That's good.
That's good.
I call y'all mine.
Yes. We love you. Yes.
Yeah.
When I say it's an honor, and it's really a blessing. Like, Bishop, you gotta do it. You cannot give up. Just when you even get that thought in your mind, like, oh, I don't want to do it. I just need to sit. No, that you have to keep doing. You have to be consistent. You have to keep going. Yep. You have to keep going. You have to keep going. I can't express that enough. You just have to keep going. You can't. Don't let nothing block your way. You pray. Put God first. God come first in everything, and then we just take it from there.
And there were times in my race where, after you prayed and you cried and you said, like, so much stuff is being done to me, I'm not even like this no more.
Yeah.
Right.
There were times at the race where, I've got with my campaign team, shout out to them, Aaliyah, Brian, Miss Yolanda Brennan, and there's some names, until the election's over that I just won't call.
Yeah.
But, it's just at times, and I said, like, I'm going through all this for Suffolk, and I don't really know if they're going to vote for me. Like, I'm just going to jail, and I haven't even done anything.
Yeah.
And they, like, I'm getting arrested, like, I'm getting threats, and, it's just, it comes to a situation where you have to make a decision.
Right. Yeah.
And, being from Suffolk, a lot of people talk about us, them country bomb cans over there.
Yeah.
If I just drop out of the race, I'm going to really look like, no, I ain't doing that.
That's right. That's right.
So, my life is definitely on the line, but if I had to do it all over again, I'm fighting for Suffolk.
That's right. Yeah. That is right.
Yes.
Yes. Let's go.
It's only up from here.
Let's go.
It's only up. Yeah. So just keep going.
Yeah. Thank you.
Excuse me, y'all. So, what's life after the election? From the spotlight for your everyday life?
Well, I'm a person that always says, no matter how high I get, I'm so humble. I would never want security. Like, that's not like my swag.
Yeah, but when you get to a certain level, you will have to.
Call and say, listen.
Yeah, you're gonna have to.
Walk in there parade by yourself right now, man.
Yeah.
Right.
It could get bad.
Yeah.
Right. And so, I'm humble. I always sit in your living room,
Yeah.
I come back chit chat, This won't be the last time, hopefully.
Of course not.
God willing, I'll be back saying, hey,
we'll be back.
I understand, but you just have to be, so one, mindful, careful, and then it's just a lot of things to consider. A lot of people don't know, like I'm saying, what you're going through.
Right.
Or so, it's just, I would never want to have security. Yeah. But it comes with the job.
Right.
Yep. Yes.
So, so on some things, I would say, but I would never get so high where, I won't fly in.
Right.
Or give back to the community, or if they need a helping hand, I'll be right there for them.
Yes. And it's so crazy because I know that he would definitely be the one, like, still just trying to be normal.
Yeah.
I definitely know that. Yes.
To be somebody that
Yes.
I'm around. You keep going. People say all the time, man, you keep going on them same old neighborhoods.
Yeah.
So you don't.
They my peoples. Look. Yes.
All right.
And then you can't get mad at me because these are the people that voting for me anyway.
Yeah.
They show them some attention.
Yeah.
Obviously, the other ones, I got to do a little work.
Yeah.
Other people,
Yeah.
So
that makes sense. That makes sense.
Yeah.
It's good to know that you're not going to change up once you get to the top.
Yeah.
So that's a blessing in itself. So yeah.
If you could, what would you have done differently?
You can't run elections broke.
So you need money.
I found it out the hard way. And I'm so glad that I got to filed my last report December the 4th and January 21st.
Okay.
So they can see both of my accounts. They say, wow,
Oh,
he did this.
dang.
It was nothing.
Couldn't believe it.
Shocking. They even said you have to do a random at the end of this election because we think it was a big thing that was going on during my election.
Oh, man.
But I was stealing money and taking money.
Come on now.
Yep.
Wow.
And I'm going to document everything that everybody gave me, which was bare minimum.
Yeah.
And so the people would know $947.11.
Hello.
Suffolk, I thank you.
Okay.
Thank you. That's
Yes.
And if you did that with $947.11, we are on our way.
Okay. Yes.
What 11
Because you did it with a budget. You didn't have
Of
to.
exemption.
Yes.
Which means you cannot expend more than $1,000 on this campaign.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't do nothing illegal on this campaign.
Yeah.
It would, the first thing I wanted to do was run.
Right.
Second thing you want to do is win.
Right.
So I said, ain't no way in the world I can come on this ballot, as janky as people may think of me,
Yes.
and do something illegal.
Right.
So I said, oh, baby, I'm going to run this.
You got it.
I'm gonna run this thing straight up. And that's the pieces of me.
Yeah.
That.
And to know Bishop is to know Bishop.
Right.
Like, you can make some shake. They just don't understand. They don't know you the way that we know you,
Right.
and the way, that Suffolk knows you.
You know, I talk
to
about
know
trash.
that you can,
I talk
yeah.
about trash.
Yeah. But we know that you can make
I
something
can't say
happen.
who I told when I told some people that I knew had it out for me. I said, y'all can't do nothing with me.
Okay? Nothing.
Hello.
I said, if I
They don't
get my
understand
fair
that.
shot,
Yeah.
you'll get blowed out.
Okay?
Yep. I said,
Yeah.
we got a little work to do, but I'm willing to do that.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah.
Progress.
Progress.
And you've been taking progress since 2016.
Yep.
Yeah.
One step at a time.
And we're here
One step
10
at a
years
time.
later.
Yeah.
Right.
Yep. It's
That's a blessing.
Second time around.
Okay.
Yeah.
3 times of the charm.
Yeah.
3.
So I told Suffolk, get your popcorn ready.
Hello.
I'm not scared. I'm not in fear. I love my city. And some people are bad, but you have a lot of good. And as long as the good outweigh the bad, we got a fighting shot.
We got a fighting shot.
That's right.
That's
We
right.
got a fighting shot. So that's it.
That's all right. So I just want to say thank you for coming again.
Yes.
Thank you for coming on Chit Chat.
Yes.
We are grateful for having you. We love you once again.
Yes.
And next year, we're going to have you back.
All right.
When you win, you coming back.
You win.
Yes,
I am
when
going
you
to
win.
actually, I'm going to go get my rights restored. And I'm going,
Hello. That's one more vote.
That's one.
Yeah.
Exactly. And tell
Right.
everybody, make sure
yeah.
they get out and vote.
Yes.
As you can see, everybody flood the polls. When your life, don't let your life become
Yes.
with your back to the wall for you to exercise. People fought for those rights.
Yes.
Spit on water hose,
Yeah.
our civil rights. It is important.
Yes.
Very important.
Yeah.
Yes.
But my election and these elections come is a really, really good light
Yes.
Yeah.
in a dark tunnel. So I'm excited.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
So you guys, y'all get out and vote next election because
If you don't like what you see,
it counts.
then vote. So thank you for coming on Chit Chat.
Thank you, Bishop. And we really enjoyed you.
Yes.
Thank you.
All right. Bye.
Bye.
Thank you.